Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm your host, Rachel Zaleski, and today we'll be talking to you about boys and girls high school basketball, college basketball and hockey, NFL playoffs, 3 to C, and fantasy football. It's all yours, and it's all now. Turning now to our sports expert, Jason Zaleski. Go ahead, Jason. Tell us a little more about boys and girls high school basketball.
Well, boys and girls high school basketball now is in full swing for the season, and we couldn't be happier here at the Zaleski Sports Show. December certainly is high school basketball season, and we've got things going right away. We've got a whole schedule, upcoming events too, so always check out focusonmarshfield.com for all the live stream information. Those folks are going to live stream many of these games this year if you can't make it to the games in person. Of course, that's option number one. Get down and support your team. Option number two, support your team online and watch those live streams at focusonmarshfield.com. We also supplement that coverage, Rachel, by giving some highlights when we attend the games. And we had a couple really neat games during this past week. We were up at Spencer just a few days ago as the Rockets took on Owen Withee, and we saw Jennifer Wendler get 1,000 points in only her fourth game in her junior season. She's got almost
Amazing.
2 full seasons of basketball to go. She's going to challenge a lot of records in the WIAA scoring book. So
I can't wait to find out.
Keep an eye on Jennifer there and Owen Withee. And then Vaughn Bright chipped in 15 points for his Stratford Tigers on Monday night as they took on the Loyal Greyhounds. Rachel, let's check out both of those highlights right now. Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House, as we feature the Spencer Rockets, along with Coach Brian Abel, as they host the visiting Owen Withee Blackhawks and Coach Al Goodman. The opening tip goes to the Spencer Rockets, and the first points of the game belong to Jennifer Wendler and the Blackhawks. Jennifer got started early, and with this rebound and putback, she was well on her way to a game-high 24 points. I'll take that. Spencer gets physical with Wendler and no difference. This bucket is good. With the inside game working well, it left plenty of room for the Blackhawks to work the three-point game. 7 three-pointers in the first half as Owen Withee rings up 43 first-half points. Spencer had moments in this game, but not enough as the Rockets fall at home 77-30. Let's go down to Owen Withee coach Al Goodman. Jennifer Wendler hit her career 1,000-point threshold tonight. Just talk about the last 3 years now, or two years and a couple games with her.
Well, she's an outstanding player, and she's got one D1 offer right now from Youngstown in Ohio. But I'm sure she's going to get some more. I mean, she does a great job, and actually you didn't see her coming out and shooting a three tonight, which she can, you know. So. You know, she's just an outstanding ball player.
We are here with our Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House player of the game, Jennifer Wendler. Jennifer, just talk about first the accomplishment tonight. 1,000 points in the career. What does that mean to you right now?
Well, it's always been kind of a goal of mine to get by senior year, and it's pretty great that I could get it this year. And it's like a huge help to have great teammates that are willing to pass the ball and move the ball around. Yeah,
let's talk about that a little bit. Which of the 1,000 points wouldn't you have without the teammates?
Not a lot. Like, they're a huge help. Like, getting in and out really helps, and them always passing the ball is great.
That was our player of the game, Jennifer Wendler. I am Jason Zaleski, and you are watching the Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House.
I'm in the house.
Monday night boys basketball, and Waylon Froba with the crossover. Basket? No good. The Greyhounds back on the attack early, and Froba makes good on this bucket down low. The Tigers' Teddy Redmond gets his revenge tour started here with a straight-on three. And on the next possession, Redmond is all about that action, boss, as he converts the steal into 2 points. It would be all Stratford from that point on as we see a nifty feed from Vaughn Bright to Ben Barton here. Then Bright putting on the night moves as Stratford takes care of Loyal 65-27. Coach, we talked to our player of the game, Vaughn Bright, 15 points tonight. Oakley Wrench also with 15 points. Those guys now combined for 30. Did they meet your expectations?
Yeah, well, Vaughn's our leading scorer. Oakley, he's got it at him, but he's a distributor usually. So he's capable, but he's usually one that gives the ball to other people. So there's not always a lot of balls to go around. But everybody was giving them a little extra pass tonight, and they just played well together. They found open people, no matter who they are. They do a good job of doing that. Our
Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House player of the game, Vaughn Bright. Vaughn with 15 points tonight. Just talk about the game. How'd that work out for you?
Well, we knew coming in that these guys would be a little challenge for us. We started out 3-0, and they had new coaches here, so we didn't know what we were really expecting. So, we played well and ended up winning by, 25-30, so we played well overall.
What did he tell you guys during halftime? Were things just going that well? He didn't have much to say?
He told us that we should bring more effort. He saw that we were kind of getting lazy, because of the score. That's not going to help us when we're playing like Marathon and Auburndale, So we wanted us to play hard on defense especially and keep grinding. So.
Thank you to our sponsor, Midstate Technical College. From high school to Midstate, to your career or further education. Whatever degree you desire, your path can start at Midstate. Visit mstc.edu now to get started. You are watching the Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House.
I'm in the house.
All right, now we're going to move on to regional sports. Jason, go ahead and tell us about college basketball and hockey.
Yeah, and everything else, swimming, wrestling, anything that those kids can get their hands on, maybe curling. We'll take a look at that. Zaleski Sports Show will be covering a wide array of University Wisconsin-Stevens Point Pointer sports all winter season long. You can check those highlights out at our Facebook page at Zaleski Sports Show. Also at our website, ZaleskiSportsShow.com. All those highlights are there and the whole schedule of things going on, and we've got a lot going on. We had a fun time at a hockey game. Rachel, just last week we saw an overtime thriller as the number 10 men's hockey team, the Pointers, are ranked number 10 in the nation, took on Superior and had a lot of fun doing that. We're going to talk about Pointer hockey in our 3 to See coming up very soon. All
right. So moving on to national, Jason, go ahead. Tell us a little bit more about the NFL playoffs and your predictions here. Yeah, well,
I don't know about predictions. I don't think we're quite at that point yet as we take a look at a revised standings board here. And you notice, Rachel, the first thing.
This is the first thing I noticed.
The second thing Rachel notices there are a lot of teams missing. Everyone else at home is going to see that first, though. Where did all the other teams go? Well, the answer is they're done. It's over.
Ooh.
As we enter now the final 4 games of the NFL season, and it is now going to be a mad sprint to the playoffs. So what we have here, we'll start up in the NFC. We've got seeds 1, 2, and 3 as they stand right now. Those are all division leaders here with these teams. Then we've got wild card, our top 2 wild card teams right now. And then we've got a 4th division, the AFC West, right over here. And that's just a mess. We've got 3 teams at 6-6. Anybody there can win the division. I don't know if anybody wants to. The Chiefs have lost 5 of their past 6. The Raiders lose a few, win 1. The Broncos have been stinking up the joint lately, and I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. The Chargers may be the hottest team. They start out 0-4, and they're now tied for first place. So that's the AFC West. One of those teams will make the playoffs. Nobody else will. As we look now at the NFC, here's our seeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the Minnesota Vikings. The number 1 seed, if the season ended today, they would host a playoff game. They also host the Super Bowl this year. So I don't know what's going to happen there. No team has ever played in a Super Bowl that they've hosted. So Minnesota looks maybe to give that a shot. We'll see. I know a lot of sports fans around here waiting for the Minnesota collapse, which has become customary this time of year. So we'll see what happens.
Keep talking.
Well, that's just history, Rachel. Those are stats. You can't defy logic and
every
stats.
new year brings new beginnings.
Yeah, and it could be a new year for the Minnesota Vikings after they lose their first playoff game.
Or go to the Super Bowl.
All right. We've got wild card teams here. Panthers and Seahawks lead the way. Yet a lot to be settled. We've got all these teams here in the chase, including a dark horse right here.
Take that and throw that across the room.
We'll see. They're one loss away from being taken off this board. So a lot's going to happen. Some people think that Aaron Rodgers might come back yet this year. We'll see, though. The Packers play at Cleveland. If they lose that game, well, besides just being demoralized and losing to Cleveland, their season's probably done then, too. So a lot of these teams hanging on by a string, but if any of them catch fire, they could overlap one of those teams and be playoff bound. So NFL update, and things are getting pretty exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the Vikings. I'm very excited to see if the Cowboys can make it. If they can't, I'm the one going to take that magnet and throw it across the room.
Okay. Deal.
So for our Sports 101 question of the week, Jason, what does it mean to pull a goalie from their position at the net in a hockey game?
Yeah, well, a coach has a lot of reasons for that. One is, though, to take an offensive advantage, especially in a late game scenario. If you're down by 1, maybe even 2 goals, you want to have that extra attacker on the ice. And Rachel, we're going to look at a highlight from UWSP men's hockey right here, and we'll talk about what that looks like. All right, Rachel, as we look here now, we've got 1 extra attacker on the ice, 6 all in total here. And one of the things that they're looking to do is get in the way of this goalie. So you bring that extra attacker on the ice, that gives you 6 instead of your regular 5, and then you want to crowd that net. That goalie then has got to look around and look above and down. He gets out of his normal stance, and then you just create havoc at the net. And that's what we saw the Pointers do here as Taylor Carty, the equalizer, with just a couple seconds left in the game.
Okay, Jason, go ahead and explain to us our new segment called 3 to See.
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun with this. These are our top highlights of the week, and these will come from high school athletes across the area and college athletes across the area. As we compile our highlights through the week, we will pick 5 every Sunday morning. We'll pick the top 5 from that week, and then you can look on Facebook at a whole bunch of different sites. Focus on Marshfield, Zaleski Sports Show, Stratford Tiger News, the Rocket News, and probably a couple others too. Go out there, check out those top 5, make your vote, and then those votes will count, and they'll count right here as we watch this week's 3 to See. It's the Zaleski Sports Show 3 to See, and we stop at KB Willett Arena in Stevens Point as we see Tyler Carty with the equalizer with 46 seconds left in the game. Moving now to Owen Withy's Jennifer Wendler. Jennifer reached 1,000 points in her career on Thursday night. It's her 4th game as a junior, and we see a couple of those 1,000 here. Columbus Catholic's Nick Maliver poured in 25 points on Friday night, one of them with a scoop shot. All right, and that's how it works, guys. It's a lot of fun voting for the 3 to See. As we saw there, number 3, Taylor Carty with the equalizer with just 46 seconds left in that hockey game. Jennifer Wendler reached her 1,000-point threshold. She came in at number 2. And the number 1 play, Rachel, on the 3 to See was Nick Maliver on Friday night, pouring in 25 for the Columbus Dons.
Isn't that exciting?
It was.
I made sure to share it on my Facebook page so that other people would go and vote. So make sure that if you see it come up on your feed, you share it with others too, so everybody gets out there and votes. So moving on, I just wanted to talk briefly about fantasy football. Now my team, Shake and Bake, is first, holding tight, and I'm very proud of that. A team that has no name, which is also owned by Steven, did not show up here in the studio today, so he was just too ashamed of his loss against me, and I completely understand. So,
boy, oh boy! All right, well,
tell me more about what's going on.
A segue to that: the team that has no name is a team that has no playoffs right now, as the season has ended. Now, here's something interesting, Rachel. All 4 teams that are in the playoffs are in on a winning streak. So they went blazing in to the playoffs in the East. Team Megahertz has won 8 straight, and he's the number 1 seed, and he will take on First Year Last, owned by none other than Brett Butler. So Chris Warren and Brett Butler taking at it in the playoffs in the first round, head-to-head. Yep, and then Breanna Butler in the playoffs.
Butler.
Yeah, probably a relation of some sort to Brett. She won 3 in a row to get in the playoffs, and she takes on Rachel's Shake and Bake, winners of 2 straight. And some of the highest scoring teams in the league, I'm still telling you right now, Rachel, Team Megahertz is the team to beat.
Yeah.
They've got 1,727 points, 300 more than anybody else. So Chris says, come at me, bro.
Is that what Chris says?
Probably.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm your host, Rachel, and this is Jason. Go ahead and find us on Facebook at Zaleski Sports Show or Twitter at Zaleski Sports. Everybody have a great rest of your week.
Go Sports! Beautiful. That was much better that time.
I like the first one best.
No. There was some tacky cardio going with the first one, I think.
You're the tachycardic,
Did I say it right?
I guess.
Okay.
Looking at that on the Facebook website. Weird. Nice pen.
Thank you.
Weirdo.
It was a twirler.
It was a nice spiral.
No, it was a twirler.
Okay.